we're turning water on, and it's not for washing. Alright, lifers, it's about time we add some water to the mix. Now, we've shown you in the past, on a past race boatism, about the cooling system in this boat and how it's plug and play. Now we're going to show you exactly what we're talking about. Just that simple. So we've shown you in theory about the cooling system or the water intake in this boat, and as we saw, we just plugged it in. So now what we need to do is adjust our valves here, and our valves shut off water to one side or the other. One for emergencies, and two to prevent water from going back out the pickup. And what we like to do is we shut the one side off that we want to fill, because it comes in this hose. It goes down here and actually goes into the cooling pipe. It goes up to the front of the boat for the front motor. And so we'll turn that one off completely so it comes back and it'll stop here instead of dumping out. And then we'll actually just kind of close this one, but not all the way. I'm not really a fan of pumping a lot of pressure into a cooling system that's not necessary. So that's kind of a pressure relief side. And when we're ready to do the other, like the rear motor, and we'll just reverse these two and do the same thing. And when of course it's running, you just leave them both wide open because it picks up off of the actual water pickup out of the transom. Well, the best part about having these valves is the fact that we're on well water, so we want to make sure that we don't overburden our system. I mean, we got pretty good pressure, but these motors, one motor alone could suck city water dry, suck a hose flat in seconds. So it's time to go play. So it's time to hit the key. It's time to hit the key. Not yet. Still got a couple other things to do yet. As bad as I do want to hit that switch, I got to stage up a couple things first. You don't want to be in a panic looking for stuff, so got my old school timing light out here, so we're positive that the MSD system isn't going to mess with it. We're going to find ourselves a screwdriver, 9/16 wrench, so we can actually adjust the timing. And that should pretty much do it. I think I could pretty much do anything I really need to do with these three tools alone. But I need to get the timing light hooked up proper, and then we can do something. So now we're going to turn on the water. Next we're going to pull our coil wire, because we don't want it to start just yet. Turn our batteries to full on. I'm sure some of you are thinking, why run water if you're going to pull the coil wire? Well, this way at least it gives a chance for the sea strainers to fill up. And the motor holds a ton of water also. And I drain my motors for winter, so we don't have any water at all. It all needs to be filled back up. But the reason I pulled the coil wire is I want to run or spin these motors over a few times. I've already got my chargers hooked back up. I want to spin these motors over a few times and see if I can get some oil pressure here. Of course, that's my #1 gauge right next to my tack, as always is. And when I see some oil pressure, then I'll slap some gas to it and see if we can get this thing fired up. I gotta say, I do have some butterflies. I always have butterflies with this boat, everything that happens to it. It's been 2 years since I've done this, so. think we got enough movement there. That clicking you're hearing is actually the coil. That thing is massive, and it sounds like a cylinder is blowing out the side of the block. I think it's time. Well, y'all ready for this? Let's go. Fuel pump on. Oh my damn, that was nice! Okay, that didn't end well. Once again, we're not sure what the heck is going on here. Now it seems like the front bowl is dry. I'm going to reset the floats again, see what happens. Well, I have to admit, I'm a bit perplexed. I readjusted the floats again. Everything seemed fine. And then it runs for about 30 seconds. Give it a little throttle. And it slowly just runs out of gas. I mean, that's my accelerator pump. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. We'll look in this bowl again and see where it sits. If not, I may be in for a rebuild of a carburetor that was just rebuilt. I don't know if y'all can see in there or not. The bottom line is, I can see the top of the float. The bowl is dry. I'm at a wit's end with these things. Oh damn, I went too far. Okay, once again we're reset. Not sure what's going on here. Float seems to be working. It's right there at the edge. We looked into a little bit last night about doing wedges, and the way it's described to us, the way the bowls are set up, they can actually be at angles and still hold the same level without flooding. So here's hoping third time is the charm. Gotta love that fuel pressure, baby. We reset the floats once again. Can't understand why they were dry, except for there is a possibility of my mistake. And I'm not sure if the fuel pump switch was off or was it on. But when I came back over, I found it off. So that would make a good reason why it ran out of fuel once again. It doesn't make the reason why the other last two times it ran out of fuel, so fingers are crossed, but my hopes are not high. Time I run this, the 19 takes a beating. Well, down we go again. what the hell is going on. Now I'm at my wit's end and I don't know what to do. The damn pump is putting out 2 pounds of pressure at best. Most of the time it's just bouncing off of 0. I'm gonna go make sure it's got fuel going to it and all that good stuff, but anybody got a road flare and 5 gallons of gasoline? Well, no matter what I do, I can't change it. And I can all the way in. And right now I should be about 12 or 14 pounds. I ain't taking my screw out any further. I don't want to break it. Went down below 3. This is insane. We thought maybe it was a fuel filter issue or a gas tank issue or something. So we just took our 5-gallon can, which is filled right to the brim, and shoved the hose all the way to the bottom of it and direct fed it right into the fuel pump there. And guess what? 2.5 pounds of pressure. I'm gonna hook everything back up, then I'm gonna pull the line off the carburetor and run it and see what comes out. I have a good feeling that, or a bad feeling that this fuel pump's done. About 15 minutes use. So now everything's put back together the way it was originally. We're gonna go pull the carburetor line off and go see what we can get out of it. And that's before we get rained out, so. That seems to work well. Now, that seemed to work well. Well, that's wild. Maybe it just needed to be bled. We're back up to 6 pounds now. Let's see if we can get this thing started before it rains on us. Man, every time I go to grab the camera, it dies. Another reset. Another everything. That's freedom power there, baby. Freedom power. We're going to set our timing for when it's all in, because we're not positive about the curve on these distributors. So it's just easier that way. And then we'll see where we're at and what kind of curve it has. And on top of that, wherever it lands, we just have to work with it. So.
That was about 34, and we're sitting at about 10 right now. Wow, that's a live swing for an aftermarket distributor. Okay, we just took it up 2 degrees. Let's see what that does for us. That went to about 36 all in. Really trying for 35, but I don't think I'm going to have much luck. I'm going to tap it back just a hair and try it one last time. That's right on the numbers. I'm locking it down there. I'll go check it. Always recheck after you tighten it down. It'll always move it a degree or 2. That's it, baby. That's it. Well, what can we say? It's been a long-ass day for what seems like almost nothing accomplished. We truly do believe that there was some sort of vapor lock in the line or something, because after I dumped that gallon out there, ran it through the pump, it's worked fine ever since, and it stayed right balls on 6 pounds. So I'm thinking there was some sort of a vapor lock somewhere. I don't understand why when I fed it off the 5-gallon gas can there wasn't, but it is a pusher pump. Maybe there was something between the two. I don't know. All I know is I thank God that it actually works now and it isn't dumping gas everywhere. I don't know if you all heard us, but we have our timing set at about 35 degrees. Somewhere right around there. I mean, I'm sure it's probably up to 36 after every time everything's tightened down, but it didn't seem to move. And we've adjusted our little screws here on the side of the carbs. About a quarter turn out each seems to be the happy point. We're having a problem keeping it running. We didn't, again, this is the second time we didn't realize that we actually rebuilt the carburetor. We haven't even set the idle on it yet. So as for what was happening, jeez. I mean, I can say some of it may have been my fault, but over and over and over again, I don't know. But you know, hey, maybe the 5th time's the charm. But at the moment, front motor is pretty turnkey ready. Oh well, we're already getting hit with a couple raindrops, so get a little wool in here that we're short. Get our air cleaner put on, get this dog covered up. Yeah, just like we figured. It's over. We're thinking maybe that was a smart decision to fail. Now this is what real race boat life is about. And at the moment, it's kind of painful. Please like and subscribe to us, because it hurts. Ow. You gotta put you down now. Shirt made me look fat. Everything made me look fat. I'm not fat. Man, I'm 50 years old. I ain't fat. I swear to God, if that fucker's dry again, I'm gonna fucking throw that damn Holley in the street. Alright, lifers. It's time to add some water to this whole mix. And we've shown you in a past rate boat. Maybe not even fucking matter sometimes. Alright, let's do this. I'm back! What can we say? What can we say?